All right, good morning. See what is going on here. So this inflation rate, whatever, turned out to be a little bit of a disappointment. I thought there would be a little bit of a decrease. It's just holding steady. So, of course, you know what that means. Will the Fed raise interest rates again? Who knows? We'll see what happens. A little more time. What did the jobs report do? I don't think that was good either. Actually, it went up a little bit, but initial jobless claims continuing went up a little bit. Initial was the same. That was the same. And then the year over year inflation rate was the same. Core was a little less. So, not a severe reaction. Pretty much things are unchanged here. Down a little bit. The reaction was initially down, but it's up right in this resistance area. So I see it not really a big deal. We've got a great looking weekly bar. We'll see where it's going to end tomorrow, of course, but if it just hangs up here, and I think it'll hang up here. Like yesterday, we talked about where prices were. News was coming tomorrow. Odds are we weren't going to go anywhere. It was going to be a choppy day. And it was a choppy day. So prices opened up higher, and they were pulling back, and then you can say, well, it came down to near this area of minor support, give or take, and time of day, and prices came back up again and into resistance. So it was a go nowhere day. So as we look at this bar by bar, got a wide range bar igniting off of this support. And so this was down to 200, obviously, and this little congestion. So wide range bar igniting up. Now that it took out this pivot high, this becomes our reference point of major support. And it's into this unfilled gap. And this is, we say this is where the heavy lifting starts. 20 and 50 are pointing down into this area. And things are unchanged today. And I suspect prices are going to, grind around in here, and we'll see if it violates. I got the alert at yesterday's low there. Let's see if we get more grind here. I wouldn't be surprised to see this push back up again today, or just hang around here today. Of more interest is going to be, what does this weekly bar look like? And then if it is like this, and part of what I discussed in the on Monday here and in the weekend letter was that this move, and we looked at the market internals, was that what happened historically was that some prices would come down, which would just make sense looking at the chart. And at that point, we're going to get some kind of wide range bar off of that low, and we'll see what that pullback looks like. But right now, I don't think too much of anything's going to happen until we get into next week. So we'll see what today brings. So far, news is out. What is tomorrow? As far as news goes? Michigan consumer sentiment at 10 o'clock and at 8:30, export and import prices. I don't know how much that'll affect anything, but the Michigan consumer sentiment at 10 o'clock, that could be a mover. There's a whole bunch of sentiment. Michigan Senate 5-year inflation expectations, a whole bunch of stuff at 10 o'clock tomorrow to be aware of. So as far as today goes, I'm not anticipating too much. So as you can see, things are unchanged here, not a big deal. And as far as SPX goes, there's a big open interest at 4,400 that's expiring today. So that could act as resistance. It's the bottom of this bar here. So trying to get through that, if it goes up, it's a whole number, would probably be difficult to get through. So the top strike right now, and let me just double check. So it was when I looked. 44, it's got to come down a little 44.25 right now. So you always got to, check what kind of price movement happens between when I'm speaking and, the open. But 44.25, while it's outside of the average true range over the last few days, from this point being unchanged. And this is part of, we had a discussion yesterday. I forget which stock it was about, Dan, that you were talking about doing a strangle. And related to that conversation is that, at this point where prices are and where these strikes are is about equal, kind of close equal. And so this might have moved down a little bit. Let's take a look. Whether doing, I wouldn't do a strangle on SPX, but you could do an iron condor. 43.25. Yeah, so see how it moves, as these things move fast. They do move fast, even the latter part of the day. If something start to move, they move fast. So that's what as far as condors go, it's like, okay, where are prices now? Where is your upper and lower part of the ranges? And as far as that, we don't have pivots or anything down here. But as far as, let me just see where this is on the hourly chart, where things are at here. It's a good distance away, but there's no significant price resistance. It's up here, but you got to get through that 4,400 level in this unfilled gap area. So I'm thinking either one is going to be okay. I don't think it can go down that much today after the news has been out. And on the weekly, that would be a deep retracement into the weekly bar. So I don't think it's going to go to either one today. But as I'm looking at this, when things typically go up like that, I'm usually thinking the upper strike is going to be the best because it has to continue to go up. And that's a valid point. But compared to where it is, would it go down that much today after the news is out? I don't think so. I don't think either one's going to get hit today. Yesterday, it didn't hit either strike. Oh, thanks, Itchy. Glad you enjoyed yesterday's presentation. These presentations are always a bit of a sprint because it is for me. I want to share a lot of information and it's a short amount of time. So, yeah. All right. Tech Qs led the way up. They're up against resistance here. Nice that they were able to get and close above the 50 MA. That's a positive, but up to a point where things should stall and begin to pull back a little bit. And we'll just have to see, how the turn occurs. Yesterday I mentioned, and today, the title of the slide, why turning points are not easy, because buyers don't give it up so fast. And you would think, hey, it's that resistance, take the money, get out. Well, when it ignites from a bar like this, there's a view that's like, hey, this thing can go higher. It hasn't broken a prior day's low yet. And so let's see what happens. And once it actually can make the turn, and if, whether you recognize in candlestick patterns, topping tail, small candle body, this one, bottoming tail, small candle body. And if we were to get, a down red bar today, this is, where is this opening up? Pretty much unchanged, not a big deal. Right. So, if it was to expand, and one of the points yesterday in that presentation was about turning points is how big is the bar? Because you get turning points that are relatively small, and you got turning points that are big, and you got turning points that gap up and then they come down hard. So we talk about the potency of a turn. And so, right now where things are opening, it's not a big deal. So we'll just have to see what kind of a bar we get today, and do buyers, are they able to take control? And if we were to get like a bar like this, and we were to drag this over here, and you're seeing it's closing down here, we'd all be thinking that's going down. And right now, we're at a point where, I don't know, let's see what happens today. But we're anticipating that it should make a turn. And turns, as I said yesterday, tend to be choppy. Like transports led the way down. They broke through the 200, come back up again. So they hit the pivot. They're bouncing around. The weekly chart's got a nice green bar. We need a little more time, and we'll see how that all plays out in the coming days. Interest rates pulled back. And part of our discussion yesterday was, okay, but they're in a strong uptrend. We have to see if they're going to turn around, because if they turn up, the relationship between interest rates, the dollar, and equities, if this turns up, and you can see it's up here today, and pulled back to the 20, it's up here today, going to put a little pressure on the markets. Go look at the dollar. It's up here, right, in an uptrend. It's opening up higher. So if these chop around and we have bullish reversal day today, and interest rates bullish reversal day today, the angle of that it came down, that it's kind of steep. Take note of that. Just look at the 10-year. Getting reversal. So that suggests a little selling pressure on equities, and we'll see how far it goes. But it's a turn, and turn days, again, are difficult until they close, and then, things get turned around. As this is going up tomorrow, equities will be going down. And right now, we're just waiting to see if that's all going to play out. Wash and repeat. All right. Whereas the Russell, weekly charts, lots of turn days. This is down at support. So downtrend on the daily, attempted turnaround. We got another day, enter resistance, going down. So that's the theme. Turning days, we'll see how far they go, looking into tomorrow, and looking at the relationships, the counter relationships that'll influence these markets to go down, the dollar and interest rates. And the Dow has been the weaker. You can see it's up against the 200 and the declining 20 and the pivot, just such an obvious place for it to have a turn. The diamonds, you can see they're down a little bit. So that's where we're at. Let's just take a look at what oil is doing. Bitcoin is in the middle of nowhere. And gold, that's going to come into a sell. And this crude oil chart. And so with the thought of, if the dollar goes up, interest rates go up in this turn here, if crude oil starts making its way back up here, even with the nasty decline that it had, look at that size of that red bar on the weekly chart, power bar. Even this moving up toward the 20, if where sellers will be, if the dollar's going up and interest rates are going up, our expectation is equities will be going down, and they're into a sell zone area. So there you have it. All yours, Dan. What's holding up the market? Buyers. Jose, what's holding up? There's a lot of uncertainty right now, Jose. So look, whether you believe the Fed is done raising interest rates, or they're going to be raising interest rates one more time. We've had this correction. We're coming into the end of the year where there's typically a rally. If there's, if things set up the way I just spoke, and we have one more down move, we're in October into the end of the year. Everybody's anticipating the market will go up because, hey, we're all on some degree Pavlov's dogs. We're trained to think what I'm saying, end of year rally. And so now, with that in mind, we look for the technical confirmation of that bias, which hopefully is setting up in the next couple of weeks. So what's holding up the market? A belief that the correction is complete and that the market will go up at the end of the year. And whatever this inflation thing is, it's not going to make a big difference in the coming months. The recession is already here. We're just, waiting for the talking heads to confirm it. Believe me, it's already here. Go ahead, Dan.
I agree with that. I agree. I keep hearing more things about pressure on the consumer, and they thought the consumer was going to bail everyone out.
That's because you're waiting for the talking heads to confirm it for you, Alex.
Yeah, Alex, don't be
Believe me, people are withdrawing with all this bullshit that's going on in the world. But
by PGR, I had an alarm go off, but I don't trust it. But this was a 180 reversal breakout. And see that this is a very logical pattern for a continuation breakout as opposed to an M top, because this is power and not that extended, and then this is power. This is actually a very good example of an M top that we would never take. But yeah, if it's opening flat or whatever, I like that yesterday's high. Oh, it did have earnings. When? Ah, okay, thanks. All right, hack also. Look, we're long this in our ETF trader, and I had an alarm go off way the heck up here, but I don't trust it. If it were gapping up to 56.50, I'd say just sell the whole thing right now. But I'll keep an eye on it. Couple earnings trades here. Yeah, Thomas. Yeah, Target. I posted Thomas as a put spread. He had a sloppy climb-o, 1, 2, 3 gap breakout. I got an upgrade, so I posted it as a put spread. Burl here, I've been watching for a while. Still going sideways, but climb-o daily, weekly. If it can take today's Thursday, Tuesday's high, then put spread idea. Let's look at earnings here. Infi 1680. That's a bearish gap, but it's an ADR. I don't like trading those generally. I'm fast 58.30. Excessive gap to me. Down a lot. That's like a triple bottom, actually. Look at that triple bottom at the 200. That would have been a beautiful put spread over here. In fact, we might have even given it. Yeah, down. Yeah, down. Yeah, kind of a sloppy W bottom, but gapping up here to 37. So 30-minute high is an idea to start with a day trade, and then also I set a put spread watch. Jets, I don't know. It's got a little bump here, but there's no pattern in the sector yet. And WBA slopping around all over the place. 30-minute high, maybe put spread, yesterday's low, DPZ. So this is the one we did what's called a short strangle. We shorted naked 390 calls and naked 310 puts. I got to go to the weekly. It's you can't even see 310 on my daily chart. It's down so much. And it's an earnings strategy where I'm hoping it doesn't have a catastrophic big gap, and we're going to make money on volatility contraction at the open. So we sold it for $1.05, and look, it's down $1 or $2, whatever. Had an expected move of 20. So this is working out to be just home run, perfect implementation of that strategy. CMC down a lot. It's an ugly gap, but it's down a lot. I'll put it in a chart and see. See if possible, if buyers want to step up. It's not an exhaustion gap. The exhaustion gaps are more from fluid bars down, and then they're throwing in the towel, puking. But just watch it, see if buyers want to step up. Hershey here has just been steady liquidation. I don't know what's going on there, but I'm going to watch it. Akamai, I was hoping it would be an inside day yesterday, and then it would be a no-brainer, 1, 2, 3. CNX top of the range. I hope it bobbles around there. CPG would have been a day trade short under yesterday's low, what I think gapping up, so no interest. Wix breakdown candidate and call spread candidate. EBC sell setup. It's on Sam's list. P-Core. So 1, 2, 3. So this is wide range igniting, closing breakout, 3 inside bars. That looks good. Let me set an alarm. Other computer. 69.70. But yeah, market's slowly, drifting lower here after the CPI number. So the drill on directional longs. We want the broader market strength to be a tailwind. So that's going to be an issue. Thomas IP. Yeah, but on something like this, I would prefer a closing breakout. But I like the weekly as a little bear sandwich. AIZ, Aichi gave us yesterday, so breakout candidate. Let me set an alarm. 147.10. AMKR for Dave. Yeah, from a bottoming pattern. I wouldn't expect a big target. It's more of a put spread candidate, but I don't think it's going to even make it to the 50 since it's been lagging the broader market, which is now up whatever 4 or 5 days. Oh, Citral here, I guess that's TRL. I had an alarm go off here, and I said, if it is up at 80, sell a third. And we'll move our stop under this base. That was a nice bear sandwich breakout. GWRE, top of the range, but it's 1, 2, 3. It's worth watching. The buck. There's no volume, but I don't know why I have that. Coup breakout for day trade. The only thing I don't like, this is what we call an end of day rally. So it's extended. But that, I don't know about a swing because I don't know about the target, but this is very nice little breakdown failure, closing breakout, bullish price action, closing breakout. So it's definitely worth a trade. I just don't know yet how to get on board it. 4, breakdown, big descending triangle and a downtrend. That could be a call spread and under yesterday's low. That could be a swing short. Visco, I think, had some pre-announcement or something to do, but no pattern. Target we talked about got an upgrade. Beyond got a downgrade. That just cracks me up. These friggin' analysts. It's down from $19. It's cut in half. Oh, I think I'll downgrade it now. Good idea. I don't know why those people get paid the way they do. Microsoft was in the news that the IRS coming after them for a $29 billion tax bill. And so, that's obviously bad news. I don't know how much cash they have on hand. My guess would be 100 billion. I think Microsoft and Apple are just cash generating machines, but any way you look at it, 29 billion is nothing to cough at for your financial well-being. INMD, I don't know what's going on with this, but I'm down a lot. AMC, there's been some people in the green room bottom fishing this, but it's delivered in the last week, delivered a fantastic return. There was some news about somebody trying to blackmail or something the CEO. And look at this little, wow, that's a big gap. 32 cents, gapping up to 2.30, that gapping up $2. Did they cure cancer or something? That is a monster gap. But no interest in it. Here's a 1, 2, 3 I posted yesterday as a put spread over yesterday's high. Burl, we'll talk about KMB. I see a gap up here, 121 put spread idea. PGR, you said was earnings tomorrow. IP we talked about. Oh wow, DPZ. Renegade, I guess, had an up alarm go off at 360, but I just set those alarms last night. So yeah, we're gonna have a beautiful. We're still $30 away on the call side. But I just like, if we make over 90% of our max gain and just be done with it, because earning stocks, you can trade wild. McDonald's, we're watching for some type of little retest pattern after a climb-out at the STC, top of the range. This would be great if it can go sideways today and tomorrow. and then we buy a breakout next week. Neo 1, 2, 3. I have an alarm. XOM, I mentioned this afternoon breakout yesterday. I was going to sell puts on it, but just wasn't enough juice. But nice pre-market. That might give you a day trade. Burke here, IPO yesterday, getting a bad start. Smuckers here, so many in this sector. Just yield. All right, J alarm, nice. We're short 135 puts on J. So up alarm went off. We covered half yesterday. Now let's tighten the stuff. The new alarm is 143, 140. STX up alarm. We are 100% bullish patterns. I mean, bullish position, stock and option. But nice. We sat through a little pullback here, but wow, that thing's ripping. Oh, I had an alarm at 70. I think I said that was the next target. Yep. No, I said 70, 50. Let's sell. Let's do it here. Ah, that's right, Alex. We have a call spread in Mark. My bad. I misspoke there. I misspoke, and I'm in it too. All right, so nice on SPX. All right, look at Dow coming in hard. All right, this target that I wanted. Let's do 106 for 62 on target. No. I was looking at wrong data. My bad. I was just about to pop it. I'm like, are you kidding me? All right, cancel target, no juice. They sucked it out. All right, so no juice. Dow's coming in hard. Or FOUR. FOUR. You know, I always have early alarms, but that looks pretty good. That CMC is not doing anything. All right, hack did not gap up like I thought. All right, so Renegold, the midpoint of this DPZ, it's because of the stupid spreads. It's 30 cents. But you know, you can get out of the 390s for 20 cents. All right, now it's 28. I'm going to try 25 here to get out. All right, so Renegade, I got filled immediately at 25. So I would, if you want out, I would recommend 20. See if you can beat me. But I'm out. I took my money. Yeah. Wow, Dow's coming in hard. I know. I beat you yesterday, but only by a penny. All right, I'm seeing a lot of crazy price action here. Amazon, the best 15-minute FANG. Netflix weak again. Second breakout failure on the daily. Nice out on another third of STX at the dead high. 7 cents off the high. We sold another third. Let's see Boeing coming in. Boeing